Hello and welcome back to On the Couch with Nikki, where I bring you experts for expats. This episode is brought to you by Expat Dental, with their team of internationally trained dentists and hygienists offering a full range of services for you and your family. Thank you, Expat Dental. So, who's on the couch with me today? I have Yule Martinez from Expat Insurance here to talk about what you need to know if you want to start a family as an expat. Let's talk about it. Yule, so many expats start their journey wanting to start a family. What do they need to be aware of?
Well, the first thing that they should be aware of is that if you're planning for a baby, you need to do exactly that, plan a little bit, because insurance will have waiting periods for maternity coverage. These waiting periods are about 12 months. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And a pregnancy is 9 months, for those of you who have forgotten. So you can't just fall pregnant because you won't make the waiting period.
It's something that you need to make sure you have in advance.
So many people presume that their corporate insurance cover will cover maternity. Does it?
It's not a guarantee, no, because the insurance you have through work depends on what your employer negotiated. So a lot of them actually don't include that bit, or the ones that do tend to provide a small benefit, but it's not really gonna get you all the way or cover for worst case scenarios.
Is maternity insurance just for worst case scenario, or is it to cover just general costs?
No, it can help you to cover, your routine cost from prenatal visits, scans, checks, and so on, right? And then it also helps you to cover your normal delivery costs. But of course, if you need a C-section or if you start to get some complications during pregnancy or at delivery, the insurance will be there for you to help with those costs. And also for your baby, should there be any complications with the baby or a longer hospital stay, these can also be covered.
Okay, so this is insurance. There's two people here essentially. Once
Correct.
the baby's born, you're not just one unit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we need to remember that.
there's the maternal health and the
Sure.
mother's, C-section or healing or
Correct.
all of that stuff, and then there's the baby as its
Correct.
own person.
When we get to the baby, right, typically there are certain rules in insurance that only allow you to cover a baby either from 15 days old or a healthy discharge from hospital. So if you have something like that in your current insurance contract, then you're at risk of, what if the baby's premature? Then who's going to start paying for all those bills?
So some insurance is only covered from when the baby leaves the hospital.
Yeah, for the baby, if they have these provisions, then your baby is not necessarily going to be covered from the moment that it's born.
So people need to really look at the fine print of the policies they have in place.
Correct.
And if it doesn't include it and they want to get additional insurance, they can contact Expat Insurance and say, I want to have a baby.
We can definitely help you find the right insurance policy for your needs, right? That includes the maternity coverage, to make sure that your baby can be covered from birth. So you can remove all of that, stress from your head and just be focused on starting your family.
I mean, everybody knows about insurance. Insurance is usually for like worst case scenario. But in this instance, what I'm hearing is this isn't about taking out insurance in case something goes wrong and you can maybe not have it and you'll be fine. This is about taking out insurance to just cover mandatory costs that you're going to be incurring in any case.
I would say so, because it will help you to cover for the routine costs, but also give you that added peace of mind that should something not go according to plan, that protection will be there for you. When we decide to get pregnant, we all hope it's going to be a great experience, but it's also a bit of a risk that you're getting yourself
Yes, totally,
into.
absolutely.
So
a risk for two people,
a
the
risk
mother
for
and the
two.
baby. I have to ask, what if somebody comes as an expat and they're already pregnant?
In that case, because of the waiting periods, unfortunately, it won't be possible to get the coverage for the mother, right? But if you are at an early stage of the pregnancy or you just found out, there's still something we can do to at least help you get the coverage for the baby from birth. Some people, if you do have a little benefit by your employer, right, maybe you can use that for your prenatal expenses, right? And you can get part of the cost cover from there and just take a basic package. If you have nothing there, you may want to consider the comprehensive one. It's up to each individual to decide what they feel the most comfortable with, but there are options that we can help you tailor.
Let's talk about infertility, IVF, IUI, these sort of treatments. Are they covered under the maternity policies?
Not always. You should check your insurance policy or ask, give us a call to help you with that, because if that's not covered, then you don't want to find that when it's too late. One really important thing that I want to mention is that people need to be aware of the fact that there is a difference in how insurance responds to a baby that was conceived spontaneously versus a baby that was conceived using assisted methods like IVF, IUI,
Wow.
etc.
Why?
There's higher risk of maybe multiple births,
Yes.
right? Or even a premature birth, and therefore they make this difference. There are certain policies that will be okay with an IVF baby.
So you need to disclose that.
So we need to disclose and discuss about this, right? So it's really important.
And then there's options, but
There's
you need to
options,
say.
But you need to say.
Wow.
So it's really good that people get in touch so we can, help them and advise them.
So not everybody knows that there is a fertility issue. So if somebody thinks, I'll do the planning,
Yeah.
we'll wait the 12 months, then we'll start trying, and you've got your policy in place,
Yeah.
then there's an issue. Do you have to change policies?
You would have to change policies, yes, if you want to make sure that the baby is covered from birth. You will have to redo the waiting period because you cannot, go from one insurer to the next carrying over your waiting period.
That's heartbreaking
So, yeah.
for
so
somebody who
yeah.
has fertility issues. The worst thing that can happen for somebody in that situation is to have to wait. But that's
Yeah.
not something that you can plan for. That's just bad luck.
Are
You
you
almost
right?
need an insurance policy for your insurance policy.
Yeah.
For conceiving.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't get the baby covered, right? But the whole premise is, can it be covered from birth or not?
It's just a phone call, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a phone call
Just
to
give
find
us a
out
ring,
the options,
talk
and
to
then you can decide. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you want to start a family, you need to plan. It's one phone call. Contact Expat Insurance. Find out what the policy options are for you and your baby so you don't get any hidden surprises. This should be an amazing journey for you, and it can be. Just give them a call. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.